speaking of memes and politics adjacent, are you staying involved? You think you're gonna go another round?
To some degree. I think so. I aged like 3 years in 9 months. Politics is fucking rough, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing like getting $10 million spent to slander you.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on the internet. Like I've been on YouTube and whatnot for years and years now. I'm used to it. I got thick skin. Like it really doesn't bother me that much. But there's something about going to your local Texas Roadhouse and sitting at the bar and seeing 19 ads play back to back about why you're the devil. It's like, oh wow, this is gnarly, and people start giving you weird looks, like, hey, you look like the guy on TV that said he wants veterans to kill himself and kicks puppies. It's like, no, really. It's almost like that was paid for by people who don't want me to get elected. But no, we came really close, man. We were, I mean, as a fucking YouTuber who's never done this before, we took like one of the best funded Republican incumbents in the state of Texas, and we got outspent $10 million to 1 and lost by 407 votes.
Damn.
It was wild. It was about 1%.
So if it was just an organic campaign battle, you would have won for sure.
Yeah, basically. And what this kind of gets me in a little trouble. If AIPAC didn't get involved in the last minute, we probably would have won. AIPAC got involved and spent in the last, I think, couple weeks, I think they spent like $1.5 million against me. They
do like to do that. Yeah. Promote their candidates.
When I saw your video about, basically we made a video, you said I lost. This is, some of the things, and I'm pretty proud of how close I came. Part of me was wondering if you were a little relieved. Like, you've got a pretty good gig right now. Did you really want that other one?
The way I compared it, and this is a very Woody comparison, so I think you'll like this. The way I compared it was, it was like exercise and ice cream, where it's like, all right, if I win, I will not enjoy it. I'm going to be doing 2 years of something I think is important, but I don't want to do. Like, I've got a sweet gig now. I make pretty good money. I do what I want. I get to run businesses with my friends and do some cool stuff. But I think it's better for the country, and I think I get to get involved in some things that I really care about. And I think it's, it's stuff that you don't enjoy in the moment, but it has a lasting impact for the better. But if I lose, it's like ice cream, where it's like, okay, I didn't do the thing that I know is better for me in the long run and better for the country and all that, but I get to go back to this. I get to go to do whatever I want, to basically just. And so, like, I left it up to the voters. I gave it everything that we had, and I'm really happy with my team and whatnot. But yes, to long answer to a short question, I'm incredibly relieved.
Dude, you nailed it. I did love that analogy. I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Good. I figured you might. That was it was a wild experience, and not one I think I want to do again, at least anytime soon.
Okay. Well, this is a good run then for, maybe 15 years from now.
Type 2 fun.
You want to go again. That would be cool.
Yeah. I learned a lot. I made a lot of good connections, and I learned so much about how politics works. It's not even funny. It's a little scary. But yeah, it was incredible. My opponent did a terrible job of digging into my past and the internet and shit I said online. Because my God, if they had pulled up any of the clips from PKA, I'd be fucked. They never did. They
I was thinking about that while you were running, and I was like, I hope nothing comes up that damages my friend Brandon. But
that's kind of what I just thought the whole time. Like, you know what? Hey, whatever comes up, I'm an internet comedian for half of my job. Like, do you hold it against Dave Chappelle or Shane Gillis when they say stuff like that? Like, if you're in the guys of comedy, like, I think anything goes.
Yeah.
Well, they did though, right? They canceled Gillis's career there for a while.
They did for a while. Yeah.
He got fired from SNL.
I know about, yeah. But that's SNL. It's when you go out on your own and, you're Shane Gillis and you're, that much funnier than SNL. I think you'll be fine.
It was for the best.
Schwarzenegger successfully argued that, like, hey, I didn't live my whole life preparing to be a politician, because they had videos of him, talking about how he liked it, how Lifton was like coming and he's smoking pot, and there's a whole host of things in Schwarzenegger's past that
he was accosting those women at Carnival.
Yeah.
Moneyball.
But he just said,
That's a
hey,
good video.
I wasn't always preparing to be in politics like some of these other guys, but this is the me you get now. And
I brought that up a lot too, where it's like, hey, that just proves that I'm serious about the fact that I never wanted to be a politician. If I did, I would have led a lot cleaner life. But it's just stuff that I thought was important. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'll throw my hat in the ring.
I would like rather have a politician have some like normal person dirt in their past, like a 14-year-old who like aspires to be a politician and like lives and makes every decision based on that eventuality. Like that's weird.
Those are the worst kind of people. Those are the worst kind of politicians in my mind. Are the ones that have just been like grooming themselves to fit whatever molds they think they need to win an office.
Yeah, so they can go out there and like make fucking Hillary Clinton hot sauce comments at black people or whatever fucking nonsense they want to do, and like they're water into whatever the shape of whatever vessel they currently occupy. Like it's a creepy kind of person.
They've got no virtues. They just ebb and flow to the shape of their container.
Yeah, it's like there's not an ounce of sincerity in this person. Whereas if it's like, but then there's also too much. Who is that lady who's like, we all shoot dogs?
Sometimes the motherfuckers bark too much. You know what I mean?
That's too much sincerity. But you know what? But if it came out and they were like, she's actually doing meth, and she was like, no, I'm not, I'd immediately believe her, because I'm like, a woman who bragged borderline about shooting a dog would also probably be like, yeah, I do meth. What of it? Like that, like they wouldn't have their guard up for that.
It was
that's such a funny thing to write in your book. She shot a
goat too. She said it smelled like a goat. Killed it.
Yeah, if I were her opponent politically, I wouldn't let anyone know she ever shot a goat. I would want to make it seem as though only one animal had ever crossed that threshold, and it was a friendly dog.
Only dogs. Like, don't
this
get
dog
it
was past his prime. He was 2.5.
That's the first time she ever picked up a firearm, and it was to kill a dog and throw its body in a gravel pit.
Quote, I had always wanted to do it.
I'd always wanted to. I dreamed about it. I started small when I was younger.
I did get in trouble at one point during a political speech for fat shaming.
The most benign thing to be in trouble
it was in a big, like, we were doing a big rally. There's probably about 300 people there, and I couldn't help but be me a little bit, which I was strongly advised to not do. And so we were talking about fentanyl, actually, and talking about how much was crossing the southern border. And there was a statistic that I'd heard that enough fentanyl has crossed the southern border last year to kill by weight to kill the entire population of not only the United States but the world, or approximately 28 Austin feminists.
Yeah,
the news did not find that very funny.
Yeah, but it was probably written by some fat bitch.
I actually had a couple people on the campaign trail come up to me like, did you say this? Like, yeah, absolutely. And do you have anything to say? I still think it's funny.
Yeah. If you don't like it,
deal with that.
Challenge me to a foot race over it.
Okay.
How about that?
Pull-up competition.
Becky Cheesecake writing hate articles about you. That sucks. That would be so weird to be running for office and then have a giant influx of cash go to your opponent from like AIPAC or like some real deal fucking political organization that's powerful, and then immediately overnight be like, oh, there's 50 attack ads every hour against me. Suddenly people are looking. I wouldn't like that. I'm such a bitch. I feel like I'd be out in public. I'd be like, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm a different guy. I love big fat pigs like you, ma'am. Like,
no, it was definitely a weird experience. There was a couple. I got in trouble for an MP40 video I did. The way that the news like, he shoots a Nazi submachine gun. Like, I'm like, yeah, I do like a lot of historic weapon breakdowns or whatever. Wow. Like, did you call it the original ghetto blaster? I'm like, well, yeah, I did, but like, I thought it was funny.
Oh, they were like, okay, that's pretty good.
They were saying that, like, it's a resurfaced video. I'm like, it's not resurfaced. It's been on my channel for 2 fucking years. You just now found it.
Yeah, it's a cool gun.
2 million views.
Shoot, that was my favorite gun I shot at the event. Was the MP40.
Oh yeah, dude! It is such a controllable machine gun. I fucking love it. Like, for
it's light as can be. I feel like you could run around all day with one of those strapped to you. Then after like 2 seconds with the Tommy gun, I'd be like, all right, aesthetically, I look tight, but I'm tired. Like, this thing is so heavy. You could have 7 MP40s strapped to you, and it's less than that one Woodstock.
What round did these guns shoot?
The MP40 is 9mm, and the Thompson's 45.
Oh,
yeah.
The
I bet at
MP40
the
you could like
Tommy-
one hand. It is so light.
Mhm. I bet if the Tommy gun probably wouldn't have been so heavy if it wasn't like all wood everywhere. I think
That and the ergonomics are not very good, like the stock placement and whatnot. You know, they're just a great looking gun, but if you ever shoulder it, you know, what's the old joke? It's like, yeah, it was made by somebody who has never met a human being, but would love to someday.
yeah. Yeah, those were cool. I liked both of those. But
Yeah,
if I were defending my home, I'd want the MP40 so I could roll behind my couch and be agile and stuff.